Make it curve in. Make the curve go this way bigger. Make his wings larger.
How old were you when you did the first story?
I think it was 27 or 28. I already got the vision.
Jeffrey, turn around. What's that bird? Jeffrey, turn around. There's a bird up there.
Each one has so that's my 4-story Yellow Dinosaur play. I just tell the name and what's it for. Let me see. Let me find my drawing. Here's my 2nd story. I did a drawing of the pterodactyl on there for that. That was a long time, but that's my 2nd story. We'll keep your things in order. And recover. Here's my 3rd story, pterodactyl man. My name on everything, but no drawing on the outside. The drawings and the words are all on one page.
Can you take that story? Can you show me the drawings in there?
Yeah, it's in here too. See, it's the same drawings you see before of the pterodactyl man. You can see with the wing down and the wing up with all the equipment. Not just it's a standard one. And he works for the Postal Service, you know, and all the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Have you worked for the Postal Service?
No, they never. I tried. No, they never did hire me. And at the beginning part of my story, if I can do that, I want to fly across an ocean. I'm going to do the ultimate flight. He can't do it as his present form because he'll tire out and fall in the water. So it has to be a cyborg to do that. He has to be made for that thing. I do have a learning disability, but I can learn very, very slowly. But I can only spell on the keyboard, which are the letters on the keyboard guides you how to spell words. But I'm not perfect, you know. Nobody's perfect, you know, and all that. So before my stories, I couldn't even spell at all. That's not it. This is for spelling. Of course, words have its limits, and drawings have its limits. But if they're together, they can work together. Some people can draw a lot better than I can. But what it is, it's like first-class blueprint drawings. In fact, blueprints are not made to be art, really. But with blueprints, it's just get a drawing of like an idea of a machine or how a building's put together. Just get a picture of it. Of course, the fad nowadays, kids love dinosaurs, and that's the fad. That I heard Jurassic Park made $2 billion in the summer of '93, and Michael Croydon gets 10%. That's $200 million. That's why I heard on the radio, on the car, something like that. And it was the biggest blockbuster movie back in '93. And just a couple days after I seen the movie on June the 15th, while I was walking on the beach, and it just hit me like a lightning, like a flash, I got the vision of my first story. There are upon thousands of producers too, but like looking for a job, you don't stop at one place. You just keep going to one says yes, and then when I get, I'll come to a screeching halt. But all I need is one. That's all it takes. I did in the past. Then each story I do my pitch letter, my example, then the first story, the 2nd story, and my 3rd story. I tell who I am, not much, and also and desperate. I need my stories to get produced and all that too, and all that.
Why are you desperate to get your stories produced?
Well, like I said before, I'm on Social Security, and all I look at my stories is my passport out of poverty. The person who created Harry Potter, her name is J.K. Rowling, and I heard a rumor she was a bag lady in England living in a car, and she was just as desperate as I was and using her stories as passport out of poverty or ticket out from making ends meet, because you don't have the fear of being homeless all the time. And that's why I need a producer, so I can get off Social Security and on my feet. You know, I've never been homeless or hungry, yeah, but it can happen without warning, without warning that fast. And like I said, I don't want to live that life. I would have perished and live that life. But that's why I look at my stories, is my escape from that. When I was a toddler, the doctors at the time think I was so stupid I couldn't even ride a tricycle. And also I know how to drive a car, but also I can fix it. I could, how engines work, the brakes work, the alternator, starters, batteries. The only thing I don't know, I even know how all the gauges work right here, too. I'm very mechanically inclined. That's before my story, so I want to be a mechanic. When I was turned out from joining the Army, I tried to be an auto mechanic job. I tried that from 1985 to 1992 for years, and that's before my stories, before I got the vision. When I was younger, there's an old saying, you don't get what you want. I remember when I was a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the jobs are almost endless, too. But here's something no kid ever say, I want to be homeless when I grow up. And since on June the 15th, 1993, when I got the vision of my first story, It's a big beacon of light I have, and I told you, and it kept me calm ever since. I'm gifted for fixing stuff, and if they would let me in the Army and get to train, and by now I should be at the Philadelphia International Airport being a jet mechanic, fixing those big jet engines, all the mechanics in the cockpits, and probably I'll care about the mechanical top more, and I won't even care about dinosaurs, and it won't even exist at all. But if I have a choice, A or B, if I can be A, be a jet mechanic and do the work I like to do, or B, I can be a multi-billionaire, and from a story like J.K. Rowling, like for Harry Potter and Stephen King, or even with my stories like that, if I have a choice, I'll pick the mechanic job more often. I really want to do the work I like to do. But unfortunately, they won't hire me for that field, so I'll have to pick with B. I'll have to go with the story, because this is my only beacon of light I have on this earth. Put them all back in order. The fireproof box can withstand fire for almost a half hour. There's an old saying, one man's junk could be another man's treasure.